Hello, Phantomaniacs! Welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things channel, and I've got to adjust my camera a little bit. I am just back from Joe Fest. Wasn't expecting to do reviews today. I actually took the day off so I could relax. But guess what? There is no relaxing when there's G.I. Joe Classified to be reviewed. These were supposed to be here. So all in one, just so you're aware, all in one shot, I am reviewing, not in this video, but this week, I'll be reviewing Blowtorch, the Frag Viper, and Darklon. Those two will be tomorrow and the next day. But these were all supposed to be here last Thursday and didn't show up because Amazon delivered using UPS, which is kind of a weird thing. So they didn't get here until yesterday, and I certainly wasn't, getting off the road and sitting down to review stuff, but I'm doing it now. So anyway, with all that backstory, I do not have an original Frag Viper figure to do a comparison with, which I realize I could have remedied, having been at Joe Fest all weekend, but whatever. That original Frag Viper figure is not one of my favorites. It was actually the classified update that made me interested in the character and the design. So it may be a while before I end up with an original vintage Frag Viper. And I mean, I will at some point, but there are a lot of other characters I want to get to first. So here it is, number 153. Oh, you know what? I have something. Speaking of Joe Fest, I got a Joe Fest. So there are some things I don't love about my new phone, but I will say, even though I feel like the term game changer is overused, having a pause button is a game changer. Because my old phone, you couldn't pause recordings. You had to stop and start a new recording. Anyway, check this out. So I was given this at Joe Fest by Michael Gene Fleming, the millennial G.I. Joe fan. And he has created a key to all of the specialties on the sides of the classified boxes, which I think is pretty awesome. And I really appreciate him hunting me down and asking. He walked up to me and he's like, "Hey man, I was wondering if you'd like to have this for your reviews." Cause I'm not going to look up all of this before I do my review. It's just not part of what I do. But if I've got a handy key like this, that's awesome. So looking at the Frag Viper's specialties here, let's see. We've got, and I'm not going to do this for every review. I just think this is a neat tool. If anything, I would recommend we figure out where Michael Gene Fleming is online, and I would imagine this is posted as a reference. So this is pretty cool right here. You got G.I. Joe is in these sort of shield shapes, and it has the levels. See, I didn't even realize all this stuff because honestly, I'm here to look at cool toys. I'm not as interested in these things, at least if I have to track them down. But it's cool to see it. And look at this, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So it's, I mean, why isn't there a game? And yeah, I know there was Operation Blackout, but that's a little different. There should be something based around all of this. Somebody's doing all of this work, all of this thinking. Let's put it towards something. So this is fascinating. So level 2 in both of these, level 1 in both of these. It's going to take me too long to look through the sheets to match up each one of these, but I am kind of interested in this. If you're not, hit the fast forward button or whatever. But it looks like this first one might not even be on here. Let's do a little zoom in. So that is, oh wait, that's a bomb, clearly. Where's our bomb on here? There it is. Ordnance. Wait, where are we? Security ordnance. Cool. Like I said, I'm not going to do this for everything I review because it's just too time intensive. And this really isn't what I'm here for. But I guess I need to admit there is fun to be found in looking at this stuff and matching it all up. Look, launcher. That is... Okay, that's the castle. Or the rook, or whatever that might be. That's another thing. These things are so tiny. Make them a little bigger. Would you? Like, there is room here. You could make these slightly larger. Hasbro. Okay, I'm not seeing the castle. And again, it's just a matter of looking for all these. But you get the idea. This is pretty neat stuff, and I appreciate that he put this resource together. Also, it's possible I'm missing a page, because I'm pretty sure he handed me 3 pages. And I know that castle has been on these for a long, long time. They've been utilizing that icon. So, anyway, I'll have to dig around through my stuff, because I haven't organized all my Joe Fest stuff yet. But anyway, just very cool, and check out, that is Michael Gene Fleming, the Millennial G.I. Joe fan. I'm going to have to track him down online and give him a thank you. So now let's get down to business, and what I really do here, which is take a look at the figure. As I said, the original design isn't one I have any... Well, it was after my time, for one thing. But even looking at it now, through my eyes of wanting to accept and appreciate anything that's G.I. Joe, even now, that original figure, it's not a favorite of mine. But this update, this redesign, has a lot going for it that made me excited to get this one. All right, lots of stuff in here. I appreciate that. I have now learned after... Ooh, that is a solid, hefty hose. I appreciate that as well. So during the heavy duty review that I did, last week, I think, I missed... I hope that's meant to come off. I missed Heavy Duty's ammo belt that was just taped inside here, which is not normal for a classified release. So I'm going to have to now get in the habit of, like, double checking the tray to make sure nothing is secured anywhere else. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I also missed, when I reviewed an Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figure a few weeks ago, I also missed the extra hands. I commented I was surprised there weren't extra hands, but I missed them because they were just taped in the back of the box and had fallen out of the insert when I opened the box and just didn't realize it. So I don't know if I'm going to leave the holsters on him. We'll see. We'll see what the final look ends up being. So let's sweep all of our accessories to the side. Take a look at the first feature that was of interest, the idea that these are genetically modified or have cybernetic implants or whatever the deal is. I think that's pretty cool, and I want to see more of that. I like the Cobra emblem on this, whatever this strap is going across his chest. I mean, it's from the original figure. Honestly, though, not sure what it's supposed to be. I'd kind of like it to go under this little piece here, if it doesn't make it poke out too much. Oh wait, it can't, because this is attached here. But I mean, you can do it. Let's see. Well, it's going to have to go down somewhat because that backpack has to be plugged in. Okay, so his crotch overlay, I'm getting it caught up. There we go. Okay. That's a little better. And then this, it does kind of tuck under there a little bit. I don't know if that's necessarily proper positioning, but it's better than having it flop around. So it works for me. He's got lots of extra bits on top of his jumpsuit situation or whatever. Between the body piece, which this is all one piece, and then this is a separate piece. These are separate pieces. So lots of the add-on overlay stuff on this guy. Holsters are, of course, sliding around as they do. I've said it before, I get it. I know why this stuff has to be designed this way, like not sculpted into the figure. But also, just don't love it. He's got similar plating on his boots to what the Alley Viper has, but fortunately his face is forward instead of having that strange outward angle, or I guess they were inward. I swapped the boots on my Alley Vipers. I think I put it in the video if you go back and watch that one, because it drove me crazy that the armor on those was kind of facing inward. And if you swap the boots, you take the feet off, you swap the boots, and then it faces outward a little bit, which to my eye looks better. But anyway, his is nice front and center. Looks great. Love the metallic blue on this. It is, well, no, I think that's just the sculpt making it look kind of metallic. Because it's, I mean, I imagine it's the exact same blue as the knee pads. But it just has a nice sheen to it. Looks cool. Knee pad design is solid. I don't love that the hinge piece here, the black goes up into here, but also it doesn't look terrible. Looks like it could be design of the uniform as opposed to just being a manufacturing necessity. Plastic feels good. Joints are moving nicely. Elbows match the surrounding area to the extent of, look at this, that brown, I've actually got a little paint app on the elbow there to make that brown line up. I appreciate that detail. That's a nice touch. Got the silver emblem on the back of that really nicely detailed glove. Wrist is, this one is a that way. And I would imagine, oh, this armor piece, okay, this one is also that kind of movement. So that moves. I was getting ready to say the armor piece looks like it restricts the wrist, but it really doesn't. You got plenty of movement there. I like the look of this guy. He's something, you know how I love a something different to put on the shelf, and his color scheme, while not the most appealing in the world, is definitely something different. Sort of similar to the Alley Viper, sort of similar to the Mole Rat, but you know, it's going to stand out. Looks good. Looks really good. I don't need more than one. And yes, of course, when you bend the knee, you've got that ugly orange sticking out, but that's another one of the, it's mass market production, whatever. That's how these are. I don't need more than one of these, though. One will be enough for me, unless they drop down to, like, you know, under 10 bucks at some point, which I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of going forward. So there you go. There is the figure. Let's take a look at the accessories. Got the backpack. I'm a little disappointed the only grenade we get is the one with the smoke effect attached to it. I mean, I would love for each of these to be an individual grenade that's removable, but again, I understand that's not where we are. I love the setup of this thing, though. How it's we'll go ahead and plug the hose in. The hose is very large and thick, but also very flexible. Great design on this. It's not going to be a problem posing the figure in conjunction with this hose. Got a nice thick peg here. So hopefully, oh yeah, plugs in nice and secure. Really well engineered there. So that, you know, these grenades, they feed through the tube into his sort of high-ally tosser. And there you go. It's pretty awesome. It's ridiculous, but it's awesome. But yeah, I do wish we'd gotten just some separate grenades. And I'm sure, you know, your 3D printers or whatever are going to make some. I do like, so when I first saw this, I was like, wow, so the grenades in the backpack don't have any deco on them. But if you look, it looks like the red is once they're activated. So these, none of these obviously are activated. So I can accept that these don't have that deco on them. Let's plug that into the back. Looks like we've got a nice long peg there, which we need considering the 2 layers. And it sits pretty nicely in there. Okay. So this, okay, kind of the classic bar and clamp design. I don't know if there's a term for this, but that part goes around the wrist, and then you've got the paint here. Let's do it this way. This is going to be much easier. So put the hand on the bar, and then we'll open up that sort of C-clamp type thing and just put that over the wrist. There, let's save ourselves some agony. So that works. We've got 2 peg holes in the thrower, so you can position it, you know, just leaving or a little further out. I would imagine I'm going to do, I mean, just because I think it's more dynamic, a little further out. And they're both pretty soft plastic, so it might be tough to get that peg to attach as securely as you might like, but there we go, it just popped through. So there's that. I don't know, I might not even display it with that, because there's almost too much of an arc to this, because it looks like it's just gonna come right back in his face. So I don't know. I may not display that. I don't think I am going to display that. We've got the helmet, which is very cool and distinctive. I was always a fan of these sort of alien insectile looking helmet designs when we would see them pop up in Cobra. The rivets look great. The metallic look of the plastic is great. They did a really nice job with this piece. I hope it fits on as well as most classified helmets do, and it sure does. And that just adds, as much as I love the portrait they put on there, the, you know, zombified-ish looking portrait, that looks awesome. That is a killer trooper. And then we've got the hose that popped off while we were opening things up. Plug that into the backpack port. And then that goes into the front piece. And it's pretty solid. Good secure connection at both ends of that. And then finally, the part I'm not positive I'm going to leave on the figure, but I might, because I do like the blue the holsters put on it. I've got a couple of hand blasters with ports for blast effects. Probably not using those at all on display. I mean, other than them being in the holsters, if I leave those on. But we'll go ahead and throw that in the hand. Yeah, maybe that won't be too bad. But he's got that, because of the way that hand articulate, or the wrist articulates, he's got that weird pointing down thing that happens. Really, this, I think he should have had up and down hinges on his wrists, because it wouldn't affect this really at all. But he needs it for those, because that's kind of weird. Other than that, though, really cool entry. Good Cobra Trooper. I'm glad to have. Excited to put him on the shelf. And there you go. Frag Viper is out now, shipping from pretty much everywhere. when the name was announced, I was like, okay, whatever. But then when they revealed the design, once again, they've classified it up and made a figure that I'm happy to have and put on the shelf. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.